Good evening. Can I have your attention? Can I have your attention right here, please? Thank you all for being here. I apologize. We are running on battery backup power. A tree has fallen on the power line, so we do not have power at the moment. And so we're just running on battery backup power. So we're going to try to talk as loud as we can. And we have a megaphone if anybody needs it, but I didn't figure I needed it. So I would like to call this meeting to order. Mr. Williams is going to have a word of prayer for us, and then we'll stand and do the pledge.
All right, Mayor Baez, we thank you for being able to come together today. Just let your wisdom guide the board members in the discussions and the votes and decisions they have to make today. We're thankful to be able to celebrate these young people today for their accomplishments academically, in writing, athletic fields. And again, just bless us and whatever situation is with the power, just bless those who are may be in a difficult situation without power for breathing and other things. But we are asking you to continue to bless us during this meeting. In your name, Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen. After we'll stand, the flag is back here for our pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first item we have on our agenda is on our consent items, which consist of our agenda, the minutes of the March 11th meeting, the fundraiser for Lincoln County High School cheerleaders, a policy for revision, and Lincoln County School organizational chart. Do we have any questions about the consent items? If you don't have any questions, I'll entertain a motion to accept those. Motion by Mr. Heitman, second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Thank you. The next item is the district legislative delegate and alternate.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Each year, we seek a delegate to represent our board at the GSBA Delegate Assembly during the conference in Savannah. It will be held Thursday, June the 5th through Saturday, June 7th. We will need to designate an alternate just in case the actual delegate cannot make it. The delegates must be submitted by May 10th to ensure that all the materials can be delivered to you prior to going to the conference. So we need a delegate and a alternate. Anybody want one?
No, I went last year.
I make a motion, Mr. Moncrief.
I say that.
I'll go as an alternate. As an alternate. Yeah. Okay.
You as an alternate. Yes, Miller is an alternate.
All right, I have a motion from Mr. Monroe to be the delegate and Mr. Daniel to be the alternate. Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? All right, the next item on our agenda is our Young Georgia Authors RISA winners.
Mr. Chair, last month we recognized our local winners for the Young Georgia Authors Competition, and we're pleased to announce tonight that we had 2 winners for the RISA Award. And I do know Ms. Ellie Cox is playing soccer tonight, so she's not here with us. So let's give Ms. Ellie Cox a round of applause. And then Ms. Emma Garrett. Please stand. Let's recognize Ms. Emma Garrett. These 2 are our RISA level winners, and they're now going to state. And Mr. Williams, state is?
We'll know sometime this month.
We'll know sometime this month. So good luck to Ms. Cox and Ms. Garrett. Another round of applause for both of them.
The next item on our agenda is our athletic awards, the Lincoln County Middle School League Champion recognition, and the Lincoln County High School Regional Awards.
At this time, we'll ask the coaches if they would come forward. Coaches of the middle school boys cross country. I'm sorry, Mr. Leroy is not here, so Mr. Barnett will kind of just have a few words about the middle school boys cross country team.
Can I bring those up?
Yes.
Can I bring those? I'm good.
Oh, they got
So middle school boys cross country, if you would, please come forward.
Guys, your middle school cross-country boys, come on up. Everybody get in the back. Yeah. All right, so we got these good-looking guys right here. This is the second Northeastern Georgia Middle School Athletic League. Okay, our league consists of 8 smaller schools. These guys outran LOA, GSIC, Greene County, Warren County, Washington, Wilkes, Tallahassee County. They competed in 4 meets that are 2 local in Lincolnton, and we had a championship here. So if you see the flags around the school, that's what we were doing the other day. Sometimes we just practice putting those flags up. We did have some weather this year, as we know, but these guys for 2 years in a row became champions, and these were our first, with our girls last year, our first middle school champions. Okay, you give these guys a round of applause. We do host the middle school championship here, and this is where the guys were victorious over LOA, Washington, Wilkes. Okay, I always want to say Washington, Wilkes. My girls basketball and the coaches, I see the coaches in the back. Got us very special. Y'all come on up. Girls basketball this year, middle school girls basketball. Very, very special this year. Y'all come on up. I know this is a special group for the coaches. I know coaches, you go ahead and give your spill on these girls. I know we've waited a long time. I've never had a girls' championship since I've been in school for 19 years. And when I was in school, when we started, we never had a girls' championship, basketball, ever. So you're going to add what you got. I know this special group of 8th graders has been with us for 3 years and basically turned the whole program around. 2018, we had 6 girls, okay? 6 girls would come in and we're like, hey, kind of how many do we need on a basketball team? So the last couple of years we had 6, okay? So you can be amazed at the excitement that these girls have brought to the school and for the program. Coach Pep, Coach Ferguson.
Yeah, like Coach Barnett said, this is a great group of girls. We went 13-0. We had we came out with a championship here at home versus Washington Wilkes, and I think we made history. So I just like to applaud these great group of girls. Had 5 8th graders. It was Earl. Raise your hand. All 8th graders. We had one that came out, and that's Antonakis, and first time ever playing, and we'll probably led the board with block shots. So this is an awesome group of girls, and hope to see them come back next year and do another championship.
And again, our undefeated girls champions this year. And again, beat Washington Wilkes twice. Was it 3 times? 3 times, excuse me, 3 times. And the next one we have girls soccer. We're lucky enough this year to have our first ever girls soccer championship. Real close to me, I was able to coach girls and boys for many years out here on the track, and as well as at Buddy Buffer. And we always were sitting there in private schools and were just wiping us off off the field, and I turned to my coach, who's still out there now, Coach Worm. I said, hey, we've got to start a middle school program. 5 years ago, we were able to do co-ed, and now, just a few years later, we're able to win a championship in our league, okay? We're able to defeat some of our schools that we're going to continue to play. And as you know, our soccer program is continuing to grow, and especially with these young ladies, going to bring the excitement again in the 9th grade and hopefully for another couple of years and on through middle school. And Coach D's done a great job of molding these girls on and off the field, okay? And winning is important, but the character that she brings, that they put forth in the classroom, is really what Lincoln County Middle School is all about. Coach D.
Yeah, these girls were so determined. They worked hard all season long. They persisted in the cold. When we played St. Mary's, it was cold out, and they only beat us 1-0. Their determination was incredible. They gained self-control, and the best thing they gained was self-confidence. Like, this team is not afraid to speak up to one another. They speak up on the field, and it is just a joy to watch. I am just so proud of all of them.
All right, girls, here we go. Athletic ceremony is Thursday at 6:30 in the auditorium. All athletes are expected to attend. Thank you.
Our future looks bright at the high school, doesn't it, with all those championships from the middle school. Another round of applause for all of those middle school champions. At this time, we want to recognize some of our region winners for high school. Last month, we recognized the state honorees, state recipients of state awards. So tonight is region winners. If I can have my softball region athletes, Kaylin Stacy, Jordan Hilton, Kyla Turner, and Caden Glaze. Please come forward. Soccer coach, softball coach here. Coach Fred, anything you want to talk about this team? Are these athletes?
She has a soccer match today. I want to thank these two young ladies right here, seniors. They helped us out a lot. I sort of got put in a situation for the coach having an illness, and I had to come out, and they helped me out tremendously, understanding what they were doing on defense, offense, and they put it together. They worked hard. My daughter was the most trouble out of all of them. They had a great season. Hopefully they'll come back and go a little further. But I'd like to thank all of them for their hard work.
All right, some of our individual football region awards. Mr. C.J. Crite, if you're here, please come forward. Mr. Makai Wade, Christian Elam, Aiden Dorsham, Jeremiah Johnson, Kelby Glaze, Trip Keener, Christian Harris, and Fortson Partridge.
special group of young men here, just like we have a special group of students. The greatest thing about all this, none of these kids ever come to my office in trouble. I think that's a big thing. They work hard in the classroom. We got pretty good GPA up here, and they're true school leaders. They do what you ask of them, and they go above and beyond many times. I'm more proud of them as young men than I ever will be of them as athletes. But obviously, they're pretty good athletes right here. We wish all the seniors step forward. Wish these 3 seniors all the best of luck as they move on here in just a few short weeks. About 28 days, I'll graduate. That night, we're losing 3 special young men right here, but we got some really good ones coming back too. But these are our all region winners.
I think a few of them, another round of applause. Boys basketball, Makai Wade, Jonathan Norman, Christian Elam, Javon Tucker, and CJ Cricht. All individual region winners.
Obviously, you see we got mostly multi-sport athlete guys up here. They were really fun to watch this year. I think they overcame a lot of challenges, surprised a lot of people. Again, just two seniors. Got the rest of them coming back. It's going to be fun. But again, outstanding young men right here.
And then finally, our girls basketball region winners, we have Miss Soraya Hogan and Miss Janaya Norman. And if you didn't get a chance to see them, these girls can ball. They can ball.
Again, just like I said with the boys, these are 2 special young ladies here. One leader leaving us this year. Going moving on Kennesaw State, right? One going to Kennesaw State. And we got the baby right here. Birthday girl, by the way. Sophomore, going to be a junior next year. First time since I've been here in a long time that our team went to the state playoffs. They represented us really well. Really fun to be around, and they really laid the groundwork for a bright future here. As you can see what's coming up. And then we got another leader right here who's all region. And this young lady's grown up over these 4 years, and I hate to see her go in 28 days.
Let's give all of them another round of applause real quick. And let them have to. And you all are welcome to stay and help us with financials, or you're welcome to leave. It's totally up to you at this point. So. agenda is our AP Challenge Schools.
I want to congratulate the high school again for this AP Challenge School Award. This is for schools with enrollment of 900 or fewer, and right now, monthly our enrollment is about
362, I think.
362, and so schools on this list, 900 or fewer, exams in English, math, science, and social studies, and a minimum of 25 total exams. So congratulations, Lincoln County High School, for receiving the AP Challenge School Award. Very good.
All right, our financials.
It's gonna be a bit of a challenge without a visual, but everything is online assembly for those who cannot see it. So our financials are through February, and I've made some notes on the side that you can go back and see, but the biggest thing in our revenue is we're still waiting on roughly $750K from the December closeout from our prior tax commissioner to our current. I stopped by yesterday to get our collection from March, and there was no answer. It said we're closer than we have been. I don't know what that means. So still waiting on that. Nothing else really sticks out. And the other thing is our QBEs. Our QBE is normally in line with our monthly percentage. It is not
GPS call every morning at 9 o'clock. Well, they're fresh, and I feel like they're working.
Well, I was told that they hired an external auditor to look into it. Now, I don't know what an external auditor can do unless the money's not there, but I don't understand. I also don't know if the county and the city is dealing with the same thing. I'm gonna do some more research on that, but I don't understand it.
I mean, it's been long enough.
Yeah, it's been 3 solid months. Like I said, yesterday's answer was just
There's no
closer than we
reason, we're
were.
not giving you any reason as to why.
Said we're closer than we were. How you say that after 3.5 months?
You said you talked to Mark. So Mark.
At the office?
Yeah.
No, I talked to, Ms. Wilkes.
Okay, so
I'm sorry if I misspoke.
Not Mark. In March.
Right, well, she gave us our March collection yesterday. It's usually a week or two in the next month when she does that. So I don't know what the carryover issue is, but I was there. Any other questions? So, technically, to be
motion to put,
I can't hear you right here.
Oh, okay, Dr. Walls, can you reset it?
Should be on there, I think it's on.
I just tried it. Just reset it. The box,
I didn't even think about that. I'm sorry.
the microphone.
got a red light like it ain't
Oh, it's red now?
It's red in there, yeah, it was green.
Check yours.
It should be on.
Testing. There we go. I have a motion by Mr. Heitman that we put $50,000 into the $50,000 into the capital projects to increase that to, is it like 150 something thousand? Okay. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Madison. All in favor? Thank you. Any other questions regarding the financials?
I like the way you did them. They look a lot better this time. They get better and better.
We're gonna keep improving.
You get that $750,000 a year, ain't being better.
He went over to see people. That's not different.
Yes, no, Santinas.
Huh? Okay, yeah, he's gone over everything. All right, our next item is our school safety alert system.
I don't know if many of you have been following the legislation, but the legislators are looking into adding more funding for school systems, and they're particularly looking at making sure schools have alert systems. Dr. Cunningham, Mr. Williams, and I, we met with Centegic's representative, and we have a quote for you tonight. What is Centegic's? It's a crisis alert system. It's a badge-based incident response that every staff member will wear. It will put the school, the click of certain buttons or the number of times you press will put the school in a lockdown situation where you can see lights flashing so kids would know yellow or red what to do. It will send an alert to the computers, to smart boards, to the phones so that we are safe in case of when we need to lock down. It'll notify 911 automatically. When you have visitors come into the building, they will wear one, so we will know it's a GPS device. We will know when that person is in the building, where the person is in the building. It will let us know what classroom they're at. So that's just another feature. We will have a safety feature. And then also, they will use the design of our building and create a map, digital map of the building, and then be able to provide quick response to the locations. So in your packet, you see the quote. Now, I did add the football field. There's some people, most schools, of course, have their fields on the campus. But since the football field is not on the campus, that's something we can talk about. But the administration can wear these, and if something is happening, they can alert law enforcement instead of getting on the phone, instead of walkie-talkie, and this will alert. We can have actual the physical lights that they would have in the building to alert people that we are on a lockdown or they need to evacuate. So you have a price on page 32, a quote on page 32, and this is a 5-year term, and the total for 5 years is $133,000. So for us, the first year and the $24,000 on page 33, in year one, the $24,650 could actually come out of this year's budget. And then the other half, $24,650, could come out of the FY26 budget, so that we're not paying almost $49,000 at one time. And then you have $21,100 for year 2, 3, 4, and 5. Any comments or discussion on the football field? Leaving it in or taking it out? It's already in the quote. So the football field, if you go back, is on page 6. And the football field is
$4,500 a year times 5 years will be $22,500. No, sir. In addition to. Looking at how much money the state is going to give us next year, this will be enough money to have this program and this software and this device along with the SRO. That is correct. Yes, sir. Definitely next year. But again, you know, legislation is the year after, we don't know. And again, that's part of the sustainability. I think if we see that it's a need for us and our kids are safe, then the local board may have to pick up this $21,000 if the state does not. Right, I think it's the same as Mr. Norman here. Right now, we get $67,000, I think, for each school. It started off with $47,000, and they gave us an additional $24,000. $67,000 per school times 3. In this packet, they combine the middle and high school as one building. So we're not paying for 3 different buildings in this quote. It's considered one building. Absolutely, yes, sir. When I met with him, every school in the surrounding area except for one, I won't call that school out, but they use Centegix. And Dr. Walski, if you want to make a comment, he's been in a school system that had Centegix.
It's invaluable. It puts everything on lockdown right then. Kids know the colors, teachers know the colors. That flash, it precious time saved. It keep me from having we went on lockdown last year and I had to go all the way from basically the gym to my office or to the office to get this school on lockdown. And if something would have truly happened, you're talking about 30 seconds, but what can happen in 30 seconds? And that could have been done in 2 seconds.
So what is lockdown? I mean, in my mind, I got an idea.
We do a hard lockdown. Everybody is in their room. Doors are locked. Bolts are in the door, and they're out of view and hiding, and no sound. If you're on soft lockdown, they can continue teaching and things. You lock the door, no kids out. You lock that, and you can continue teaching and things. You would go on a soft lockdown. Let's say there was a burglary at the BP, and they were headed this way. We would go on a soft lockdown. Nobody out and about. Nobody would be outside. Hard lockdown would be like the possible threat that we thought we had last year.
When you mash the button, what happens?
You mash that button 8 times, and you go on automatic hard lockdown, and that's a wrap.
What does that mean physically for the building?
Everybody gets in a room, their call goes out over the intercoms. We're on hard line. They're already going to know because of the colors. You're not going to have to actually have that time. And we had one in my first year here happen in the morning. You grab kids out of the hallway and you're throwing them in a room as quick as you can. The teachers are and they're locking that door as quick as they can. Lights flash.
Yes, the technology will lock that door.
Yes.
That's what I was asking too.
Yes.
Doors. You mash the thing, it's gonna lock that door.
Yes, sir. Well, that door's already locked. The ones that we don't undog them in the morning. They're locked. We have teachers at those doors holding them open for the kids as they get off the buses. But if we went on that straight lockdown, they step in, that door closes, we're locked, and we're moving.
Color show was smart.
Supposed to.
Lights, they're gonna put some lights in the hallways.
Yeah, the lights in the hallways are what most of the kids are gonna see.
Any other questions?
We discussed the football field, how you guys feel about it. That's something we'll keep in the quote, we'll take out of the quote.
How do you help?
Did you have?
Every school I've been out, not while I'm there, you have a major issue, and lately, if you go back and even look, this past football season, I want to say there were 5 schools in the state of Georgia that had shootings at the stadium. And I know there were a couple in South Carolina also, and to be able to have that system and be able to contact the SROs and all that, I think it would be huge, because I have great service there. I'm with AT&T. Ms. Jordan has Verizon, which at the stadium still doesn't get great service. So if I'm trying to call her or try to call Brandon, or at least if we had an emergency, that would automatically just pop through. He gets a text message, he gets a text message, you can set it up, you know, text message, everything goes straight through.
It goes with the officer line.
Yes, sir.
And 8 is the severe emergency in the park lot now. You can answer 3 times.
3 times just
Soft
softball.
lock now. And they alert the administration and the SROs of something that's not major, not good, not nice. Hey, we got a disturbance. And that's critical. I can attest when I was down here, I couldn't call Mr. Banner across the field. We just didn't have service. And sometimes the walkie-talkies wouldn't even work.
We couldn't even use the walkie-talkies over there. You can't hear them.
What does it work off of? Wi-Fi?
Yes. We have pretty good Wi-Fi at the stadium right now.
We should.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea to go ahead and keep the football stadium in there.
Any other questions?
I make a motion. Go with that recommendation, superintendent's recommendation.
I have a motion by Mr. Heitman to take the superintendent's recommendation to implement this. I have a second by Mr. Madison. All in favor? Thank you.
All right. Purchase of the F-350 for our transportation department. We talked about this a little bit. The current vehicle we have is 42 years old, pretty much no longer reliable. It has a lot of mechanical issues, frequently breaks down. It's always in a repair shop. And again, if we need to reach bus with kids in it, we won't be able to get to it now because the bus won't even make it. To make sure the kids get home safely and have someone to come fix it. Cost of repairs keep driving up, and we just don't have available transportation for our transportation department. So I am recommending that we go with Gerald Jones Ford. Their quote was $51,191.50, and that was the lowest bid by Gerald Jones Ford.
That's brand new.
Brand new truck. You have some other quotes in your package.
What's the time about the cost savings at the bus stop? And
When we discussed, they say the district, discussed maybe $78,000 just by doing some of the maintenance on the buses that other systems don't do. So our buses don't break down, so we're saving a whole lot of money on that end. Ms. Gaines does a great job in this team.
Any other questions about the truck? If not, I'll entertain a motion to purchase the F-350 from Gerald Jones. I have a motion by Mr. Madison to purchase the truck from Gerald Jones. I have a second. I have a second by Ms. Daniel. All in favor? Thank you. Next item is the tennis court resurfacing.
The pictures are worth 1,000 words. I want you to go look at the pictures of the tennis court. And I think the court, of course, was built in 2010. And you can see a lot of wear. Concrete is cracking. The color has faded. Cracks go across the tennis courts. So it looks real bad at this point. So I think we're gonna have a choice, honestly, but to fix They were not the lowest bid. Tenneco of Columbia, they gave us the quote, but they didn't come on site to actually look at it. And we're just afraid that with this low bid, they may come in and actually see it and want to increase their quote. So we want to go with the second lowest bid, which is Southeastern Tennis Courts, for the resurfacing of our tennis courts.
Any questions?
Is that the white state
Honestly, maybe the upkeep as well. So I don't know that we've done anything, and even as I was principal, I don't think we really did much to
We're
it.
supposed to service them every 5 years, and that one hasn't been serviced at all.
So now that we know after it's done, we'll make sure we stay on schedule with it. And it's just like anything else, basketball courts and just a lot of things, we just need to make sure we keep upkeep on them.
I got a question for our CFO. Do we have money to do this? He's shaking his head, yes. Okay.
And this is one of those projects that we can take out of capital projects if we wanted to. But we still have money, but this is a project.
You just lost $10,000. Yeah. I have a motion by Mr. Madison that we repair the tennis courts from the bid from Southeastern Tennis Courts. Do I have a second? Second by Ms. Daniel. All in favor? Thank you.
Finally, Head Start, we have been working with them, I know, for a little over a year, trying to renew this lease. And as you know, we do not have a clear clear occupancy for the old building for our Head Start kids due to a new requirement by the fire marshal. So we can't have kids over at the old school just yet until we make some adjustments. But Dr. Goldman and I met, and we have a classroom that we can house Head Start. The CDI Head Start is the company that's in charge now. They're interim agency, and they're gonna pay the same rate monthly rent of $1,000 a month. This lease automatically renews every 12 months. And not to exceed 5 years, so we can come back in 5 years and look at it, or in this clause, we can actually, there's a clause where we can tell them that we do not want to house them anymore. So we want to make sure that clause was in there, because anything can happen. We can continue to grow, and then we will need those classroom spaces. And then they're also going to pay $1,000 for upkeep for that room. They may want to lower the sinks, they may want to do those things, and that's going to be on them. So the rent will pay the parts for utilities are included in the rent. And again, since it's our building, we pay rent anyway, and we pay utilities anyway. And then our custodians clean up their hall, so the custodians will clean this room as well. And we did work it out that those kids will be able to eat free. There was some controversy a couple of years ago that Head Start kids had to pay, but we have it in writing that Head Start kids follow the same guidelines, and they will be no pay.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the Head Start contract? I have a motion by Mr. Madison to approve the contract, second by Mr. Heitman. All in favor? Thank you.
For superintendent reports, all I have is upcoming dates of district and school events. And the next date, Ms. Burton has already said, is April 17th. That is Thursday, middle school athletic ceremony. And you have the dates from April 17th all the way up through May 21st for graduation. So board members, feel free to come to any of those events that you see on the calendar. And that's all I have, Mr. Chair.
Can I ask one question? shapes our track, and we maintain it like it should.
It's gonna have to be done soon.
It is too.
Yes. If you go out there, some of the rubber's coming out off, that rubber's gonna have to be redone. If you remember, we painted it 3 years ago. We got the line, company came out and redid all the lines and all of that. We didn't have any of the resurfacing done. It's getting to the point where that's gonna have to be done too.
We can store that back out.
Yeah, we need some of that SPOS money to cover this. All right, if there's no other questions, I need a motion to go to executive session. By Mr. Heitman, second by Mr. Madison. Thank you. I'd like to call this meeting back to order. The superintendent's recommended, and I'll make a motion that we hire Melanie Smith for computer science teacher at the elementary school. Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Superintendent's recommended, and I'll make a motion that we hire Dolores Mays for elementary school teacher. Second by Mr. Heitman, all in favor? Superintendent's recommended, and I'll make a motion that we hire Victoria Bennett as a seventh grade ELA teacher. I'm sorry, Victoria Barnett, excuse me. Second by Mr. Heitman, all in favor? The superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we hire Grace Folger as a sixth grade SPED teacher. Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we hire Lyle Burns as a PE teacher for the high school. Second by Mr. Heitman, all in favor? Superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we hire Parker Martin for the Lincoln County High School athletic director. Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we hire Allison Eccles for the Lincoln County Middle School High School nurse. Second by Mr. Heitman, all in favor? Superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we hire Jaden Leverett as a school nutrition assistant. Second by Mr. Heitman, all in favor? Superintendent recommended, and I'll make a motion that we hire Jessica Burns as a school nutrition assistant. Second by Mr. Heitman, all in favor? Superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we hire Pam A. Norman as a substitute teacher. Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we offer Krista Rowland a contract for the fiscal year 26. Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we accept the resignation of Coretta Norman. Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we accept the resignation of Nancy Hurd. Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we accept the resignation of Heather Huff. Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we accept the resignation of Doug Huff. Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we accept the retirement of Donna Hutton as a bus driver. Second, Mr. Madison, all in favor? Superintendent is recommended, and I'll make a motion that we accept the retirement of Tammy Hartley as a bus driver. Mr. Madison, all in favor? And I think that is all. I need a motion to adjourn. By Mr. Heitman. Thank you very much.